What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tay, and today we're going to talk about some prison words today. And if you're new to the channel, this is like my third video doing some random prison words. I just literally wrote down some prison words a while back. I even did some Google about some prison words because I was like, I know there's going to be some things that I forgot. And I ran across other words. I left a lot of words out because we didn't use a lot of those things in my prison. If you want to see a video of me doing a video of words that I have no clue what they're talking about, that might be a fun video, just me researching words that we never use on my side, because people, they have different lingo no matter where you go. Obviously, you know that if you live in the South, we talk differently from people who live in the North. Like some people in the North, they don't understand that pop means something that you do when like a balloon may pop, or you might get a pop instead of a pop. There's people who think pop is actually soda, guys, and we need to pray for those people because I don't understand it. How can a pop be a soda when a soda is a soda? You feel me? You feel me? Anyways, funny Northerners. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. Yeah, so if you want to see me do that video, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you enjoy these little just random videos of me just doing these words, let me know in the comment section below as well. And smash that like button so I know to continue making these videos, because I think I have like a few more I can go with. But for now, we're just going to continue on the path of just doing 12 words, prison lingo, translated by your boy Tay. That's what we should call the videos. Prison translation by your boy Tay. Probably not gonna really call it that. I'm just gonna say it in the videos. But anyways, without further ado, let's talk about some of these prison terminology words by Tay. And during that whole rant and ramble, if you're new to the channel, my name is Dante. Welcome to the channel. I did 8 years, 9 months in prison. Now I'm home trying to teach people like prison sucks. That's the main thing I'm trying to teach people. But trying to teach people like my life experiences, some of the things that led me to prison. And I do have another channel where I try to teach people how to make that cheddar and make their life a little bit better. But anyways, let's get into these prison words, because I like just talking about the randomness of prison sometimes. And it's like, I guess it is my outlet. And yeah, so without further ado, I keep saying without further ado, let's talk about these words. So when you go to prison, you're gonna hear somebody talking about how this person and that person got a body, or don't make them catch a body, got a body, got a body. They're not talking about bodybuilders. They're not talking about somebody got a good body, good looking body. They're actually talking about somebody who may have committed the crime known as murder. Oh my God, yeah, somebody who got a body. But even people who don't be murderers can have a body, like people who do manslaughter. That's not murder, it's manslaughter. Accidental crimes can have bodies. Drunk drivers, they have bodies. But you hear that a lot of times, like, man, that man got a body. But in the sense that they use it mostly, they're talking about somebody usually violent. The next word, I can proudly say that I never did my entire time while I was locked up. There was like a whole cult of people who thought this was cool, and I never understood that. To me, I looked at it as a version of kind of rape. You're doing something to somebody who unwillingly doesn't want you to do it to them, I guess. But then it was kind of like enclosed. You have a lot of gunners, and gunners, they are pretty much people who are masturbating in front of the guards. Like literally, they'll see guards and they'll start masturbating. Like, I don't get it. Like, guards won't even look at them, or no sexual picture. Like, it's not like a guard will be sitting down and they'll just be gunning, masturbating. It's weird, really weird. Yeah, whatever. The next word is monster. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that your roommate has that monster. You don't want to hear that somebody in your dorm has that monster, to be honest, because that means somebody is HIV positive. And if you don't know, fun fact, while I was locked up, they changed the law to where they were separating the HIV and AIDS patients from the general population. They can't do that anymore. They cannot separate the AIDS and HIV patients. So now they are all on the same yard, and that can get a little bit scary, especially when you have some of those people working in the kitchen, which supposedly some people were working in the kitchen, and that was a big controversy behind that because they didn't want to classify them and then say, well, you can't work in the kitchen because you have this disease. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on with that. So you don't want to hear anybody has that monster because they got that thing. This is something that you're gonna hear all the time people doing. People are always selling tickets back there. I'm not talking about gambling tickets. I'm talking about tickets from an animal. Wolf tickets. Yeah, you'll hear that a lot. People are always back there selling wolf tickets. And when you hear that terminology, that just means somebody's out there just running their mouth. They really ain't about that life. They really ain't gonna do nothing. They just out there just literally talking. That's all they are doing, talking. That's it, talking. They just like hearing themselves talk. Ain't gonna do nothing. They just wanna be selling those wolf tickets. Fire in the hole! If you ever hear that, you already know what time it is. That means put your contraband up, hide all your stuff. The police are coming. Now you're walking down the hall. They may not be coming to search or nothing, but just letting you know that the police, they're doing their little search. So you hear fire in the hole, you can hear that from like all the way across the dorm. And you to be on point, pretty much. Be on point. Police is in the area. There's a lot of times people will say fire in the hole and people still get caught doing dumb stuff. It's crazy how unaware some people are at times. You're gonna hear the term cowboy sometimes back there as well. And when you hear cowboy, it's not really referring to anything sexual. It's normally referring to like a new inmate or a new police officer in particular. And if you put cowboy backwards, you get young, obnoxious bitch. We only kind. So if you're a cowboy, you are young, obnoxious. You can be a boy, a bitch, don't matter. We usually say bitch just because, you know, we got to use a shocking words. So you're the young, obnoxious B word. We only kind. So we only use you. New persons are cowboys and officers. They're only good for those reasons. And then when you hear books all the time, you'll hear people saying books. Yo, books. Do this for my books. Can you do this and put it on my books? I ain't talking about no book that an author wrote. I'm talking about books, an account. An account that pretty much you can go to the commissary on. You don't have actual money back there while you're locked up. They put everything in an account, and though that is where we call books. That's all your stuff. Common sense, right? That's kind of common sense. You may hear the terminology, you got Buck Rogers time. That just means that you are not coming home no time soon. I did not have Buck Rogers time because in order to have Buck Rogers time, you need to have like 20 years or more, apparently. You need to have like a lot of time. I only had 10 years, and I say only had because that's what people used to say in the penitentiary all the time. Only had. That always blows my mind. Only had 10 years. That was a long time. I think 2 years was enough. The next word, Cadillac, I thought it was cigarette. When I first heard the terminology, somebody asked me for a Cadillac, I literally thought they were talking about cigarettes, and I think at this point in time, I didn't smoke cigarettes, or maybe I didn't have a cigarette, or whatever the case may be, but I was like, man, I don't have cigarettes. And they were like, nah, man, some coffee. You got some coffee. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got some coffee. And they talking about coffee, cream, the whole throw. They want the whole setup. So that's what they talking about Cadillacs. I guess because they feel like they riding good in the big body when you got your cup of coffee. It's like coffee is a thing back there. Everybody loves coffee when they're locked up. I think that's why I drink coffee nowadays is because I drank so much coffee when I was locked up. And I don't drink like coffee every day, but it's part of my lifestyle now. I mean, I do drink coffee. The next word we're gonna talk about is fair one. Shooting the fair one. If you ever hear somebody talking about fair one, they're talking about fighting. You know, they want to shoot the fair one, one-on-one fight. Obviously, that's what it is. And from there, a fair one, that don't mean, you know, we gotta respect all the rules of not poking each other in the eye because a fight is a fight. But a fair one means your friends, they're not gonna jump in. Fresh meat. Fresh meat. Everybody's fresh meat when you get locked up. All it is means like you're just literally a new inmate. Don't necessarily mean that you're about to get tried or anything like that. You're just fresh meat. We used to say that to everybody who used to come on the yard. Like when I was locked up after a few years, like it's just a thing. When people come on the yard, fresh meat, people just start yelling it for no reason. Like it's like if somebody farted. For some reason, it's a funny joke to inmates just saying fresh meat. I don't know. It's just the things we do to entertain ourselves back there while you're locked up. Yeah, saying fresh meat is one of them. Anytime somebody's locked up, fresh meat. Don't even matter. I don't care if you're 6'7", 300 pounds. You come get locked up, somebody might call you fresh meat. Don't take no offense to it. They don't mean they're gonna try you. And I think that's what everybody thinks when they hear that fresh meat. They think, oh my God, somebody's about to try me. No, it just means we're playing around, and we know that you think that, and we just know that you're a new inmate. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum of fresh meat, you're gonna have your frequent flyers. And we all know what frequent flyers is. That's somebody who is always flying. They're always traveling. And frequent flyers in prison is somebody who's always coming back to prison. You see them all the time. I was locked up like I said, 8 years, 9 months. And in that time I was on like 5 different yards maybe. You would be surprised how many people I saw go home and come back and go home again. Like, it is a revolving door. Seriously, it's bad. People get so many frequent flyer miles in prison that they really just should just start setting up resorts for them, because they know they're coming back. Like, just have a room with their name on it. Like, it's known that they'll be back within a certain time frame, a certain time period, and that's how it is, man. And with South Carolina, we don't have laws like California where it's 3-strike rule. You can go back and commit certain crimes and just go do a year. Go home, come back, do another crime, and go do like 2 or 3 years. Come home. Like, it's a revolving door like that. So you see a lot of people doing the same drugs, come back with those charges. So at the end of the day, a lot of people are putting on them frequent flyer miles. Yeah, boy, I did have a lot of frequent flyer miles when it came to jail. I visited jail quite a few times. A lot of charges didn't stick, but I did visit jail a lot. But prison, one time only, unless you want to count that little minor prison stint I did when I was in the military, which really wasn't, it was really prison. That was my first time really experiencing prison, now I think about it. But I thought it was jail too at the same time. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, that's 12 more words. If you want to see 12 more words, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe, and that's it. But most importantly, make sure that you bless somebody today. Yeah, do that. Do that for me. Make sure that you bless somebody today, because I promise you I'm gonna bless somebody tomorrow. At this point in time, your boy Tay, I'm out.